Yes.
Yes.
So how
This is
Natalia
Natalia.
Martinez.
Sugamare.
Yes.
It was Segara, and this is
Natalia Martinez.
Hi, welcome back to our show. So, ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ നല്ല അടിപൊളി ഗസ്റ്റ് ആണുള്ളത്, and they're all the way from Spain. This is Carlos.
Carlos Segara.
And this is Natalia.
Martinez.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Sugamare.
So, yeah, tell me, so how is your life going, guys?
Life is going great. We are traveling in India now in Kerala, and we've been very fortunate to meet a lot of wonderful people and to meet a lot of exciting places.
So, are you really enjoying here in Kerala?
Yes, very much so. Very much. Very beautiful country, very generous land.
And very nice people.
Yes.
Lovely people.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I can see that you're a mime actor. So, can you just explain more about that?
Okay. So the idea of working with mime for an actor is not, or at least the way that I take it is not like the traditional pantomime type of thing that you normally associate with the idea of a mime. But it has to do more with a way of playing theater that is very much connected with the desire to play. So like children, right?
Yeah.
Children learn by imitation. Yeah, they imitate people. And so mime and imitation is the same thing. So it's an act of, it's a way of playing, acting that is very much connected with playing. So in a way you need to discover how to play a given situation, but more from a playful spirit, from your pleasure as a kid, rather than thinking psychologically, what does this character think, or what does he want to do? It's a different type of approach, and it has to do a lot with the expression of the body. So you train to be very expressive with the body, to be able to play whatever. It has, you can play a character, but you could also play a table, or you can play the door of a castle, whatever it is. But with the body, you can do anything. Yeah, that could be it.
That was very nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So, can you just explain what's the importance of mime in theater and films?
Okay, so mime is a very ancient form, and it has to do with the art of the actor to evoke in the imagination of people images and places, and so by not using the word, the mime actor in a way, or by having a limited use of the word, the mime actor, what it does is to be able to reveal with his body, or to create in the imagination of the audience images. So basically it has a strong connection with working with the imagination of the audience. And it's the importance in the theater is because the theater is a black box normally, and the art of the actor is to take you somewhere else, as if you are in some other place of your imagination. So basically what the actor does by training and having some technical skills, and also be able to be connected with his imagination and his playfulness, what he does is to be able to transport the audience to other places like this. Yes.
So, Natalia, can you just explain more about the clown acting? Because I can see that it is not very popular in India. So, can you just explain about that?
Okay. So clown is a theater style, and is this in our imagination is this character with this red nose.
Yeah.
So we use clown acting as a way to discover our pleasure and to play with our emotions, not representing, just make it alive and sharing with the others. So it's for me it's a very basic in acting. It's very important to start with this basic clown studies, because all the time it's about you. You cannot be nothing more original or authentic than yourself. So to play with that, you need to discover that, you need to share that, and you need to learn and give you permission to let your emotions coming out and then play with that. So it's yes, I think it's very, very important to put in on the base, like acting, before representing, play with yourself, and then we can represent another things, but you are a powerful element, a playful element.
Yeah, so I can see that this mime as well as this clown acting is an exaggerated way of performance. So when it comes to a limited space, can you just explain how it will be?
Okay, yeah, I don't like the word exaggerated because I understand the idea, but basically when you do this kind of work, you are amplifying one particular thing. You know, when you think of a character, or when you think of, you know, any kind of movement, because in mime theater what we do is, you know, to observe movement and how to bring it into the body. But let's say a character, what you try to do is to amplify one particular aspect of this character, and then you put the lens, you know, and you portray the character as that mainly. Yes. So because you want to essentialize, so it's a kind of a art that is trying to essentialize the nature of things. When you go to something like film acting, where it is so much about psychology, you know, very complex psychological process, it's a very different type of approach. I think, coming back to your question of how that can apply, I think when you are able to play big, something very big, to amplify something very much, it is easier then to make it smaller, because you know what it is that you're trying what you're trying to keep, what kind of nature or what kind of particular essence you're trying to keep, so you can make it smaller. But if you, but anyway, as I say, it's a different approach to acting, and it has, I guess, it's a lot more from outside to inside, whereas in film I think it's from inside, you know, from psychology, how to put it out, and in theater or mime I think it's more from like find it in the body, and then see how you make a connection, an emotional connection with this physical provocation. So I think it's just different ways to approach acting. Yes.
That was a good answer. Thank you. So how can an actor improve his skills through mime acting and clown acting?
So the clown acting, the actor will work and discover and give permission to their emotions. So finally, when you are looking at a theater play or a film, you connect with the characters, with the emotion. That is it's not a mental connection, it's something happens here. So I think clown could be very useful to learn how to play with the emotion. Then you can also learn how to play technical with the emotion. I mean, at the beginning there is a lot of freedom because we need to let it flow, but then we start to learn more technically how to work with the emotions. Like if you are playing piano and you know music, and you will know that this is do, re, mi. Same thing with an actor that know how her emotions is working. So I think in that way could be very useful for an actor, and also to work the connection with the other and the audience, because clown acting, it's always in the relationships. There is nothing private, it's all the time sharing. And I think that even if you are working in theater, film, whatever, you need to be in relationship with something. I think whatever you do, you are always in relationship with something, and that it's an exchange of emotions, of feelings. So I think it's a good tool also for developing this sharing, working.
And I guess for the mime, it's very. I guess it's very similar. It's kind of a what this mime, which I like another word, which is embodiment. Embodiment means that an actor that embodies a movement or an emotion or a character is not representing the character, but it's actually giving a body. Yeah, so you're like sharing your body so that this movement or this character can take expression. So I think what this kind of work can do to help the actor is also to have a more complete experience of what it means to be acting. It's a very different from like other types of acting where it's more text based, and it's like more about being able to deliver a text. Here what you're doing is to try to embody a particular character, so it's a training to do that. And for that, obviously, you have to start very little by little, and there's a lot about discovering your own pleasure, discovering your own way of doing things, and waking up to different, waking the body up to different ways of expression. Like we usually, now they're recording us and they're probably showing mostly our faces, because our faces are very expressive. We have lots of different muscles and we can express very subtle things. But when we don't have the body, or let's say we're still communicating a lot of things with the body, but we don't realize. And what we do with the mime type of approach is to wake up to and to understand that all our ways, or all our bodies communicating all the time. So we learn to discover this communication tool we have, or this expression tool that is the body. Yeah, I don't know if I made myself understood, but
No, that was
yes,
a
okay.
good answer actually. You
Yeah.
made me understand a lot of things.
Okay.
So, thank you so much, because it was very informative. As I've mentioned before,
Yeah.
these kind of acts are not very popular in India. So
Right.
there's a reason I had to ask you
Yeah,
so many
sure.
questions, and I'm so sorry if I
No,
troubled
absolutely.
you a lot.
No, sorry.
It's great.
No, sorry. It's good.
It's great. It's an opportunity for us
Yes.
also to share and to, it's great to be able to share this. And for us, it's been a huge experience we were in a festival and we met people, and we had many ideas about what we want to teach, but then we encountered people who are not so used to this. So it also provoked a lot of questions in us. How do we convey, how do we transmit these things? How can we come back to the basics and understand from the beginning where we are trying, because otherwise, we assume that people know. But now meeting people who were not used is forcing us to reevaluate what we actually know about our work. It's like, maybe I need to rethink things, because many things I already took for granted, and now it's like I need to go back at the beginning of the way. And so it's been a huge learning process, and being able to talk about this for us is very refreshing. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so I've learned a lot, and I hope the audience also might have got a lot of idea about what this clown and as well as his mime acting is. So yeah, so what's your plan after this? Like, are you planning to be, traveling all over India or going back to Spain? What's your plans?
We are going to Karnataka, and
It's nice.
yes, I want to with India, like orange juice. Every drop, because it's great. Yeah.
It's Karnataka.
Karnataka. I can record and say sorry to myself because I said
So, how is your journey to India? Do you like it?
Yes, we're loving it. It's been a trip full of discoveries, learning, adventure, spiritual questions and wonderings, a lot of beautiful encounters with people we've met. Like, we call it an emotional spa. You know, a spa of the heart, because for us it's really like, you know, just like receiving so much kindness and receiving so much good vibe from the people. We're really loving it, and it's like we have left and we know already that we want to come back, so you'll probably see us around sometime.
So,
Thank you so much.
Nani to you.
Nani.
Nani to you.
Nandi to you guys too.